Hi everyone, it's Chris in the North Conway studio. I am joined by Ellen Chandler of Jackson Ski Touring Foundation in Jackson Village, New Hampshire. Ellen, thanks for joining us today.
Nice to be here, Chris.
And we are going to talk all things cross-country skiing in one of the nation's top Nordic centers, Jackson Ski Touring. First of all, how are you doing?
Everything's really good, right? Right now we're off to a good start for this season. I mean, it makes me feel really good. A lot of, we've been talking about season passes. That's been the story of this, since the pandemic started. We're like, next season, people need to have season passes. And people have responded. We've sold a lot more season passes this year than in the past. And it makes me feel really good to know that here on, the 21st of December, people could have already been out skiing more than 20 days. That's a really nice feeling to know that people are hopefully they're getting a good value for their passes.
There are great reviews coming in on the ski conditions and everything that Jackson has done to get people out on the trail safely this winter season so far. So season passes is the best way to ski this winter. Tell us why Jackson is one of the better places to ski. What makes Jackson the best place to have a season pass?
Well, I think one of the big things we have is we have good, we have very good grooming. That's one of the things that we really provide. But we also have 5 trail networks, very distinct trail networks. We have the Village. We have up at the Eagle Mountain House. We call that the Central Village. And Prospect Farm is our highest elevation. That's in Carter Notch, at the end of Carter Notch Road. We have other trails along the Ellis River and also up at East Pasture. But right now we're skiing in the Village on the Wentworth Resort Loop. We're skiing up on the Wave Network, which is the Central Village, up near the Eagle Mountain House, and we're skiing at Prospect Farm, where we've been having good snow since right after Thanksgiving. We're lucky to have this elevation difference, so that we have different weather. We can accommodate skiers pretty much all the time.
Yeah, that's fantastic. As we all know, Jackson Ski Touring Foundation, it really is vast. You have those 5 networks, and you've got everything from, the downtown Village trails, which are quaint. It's kind of the Currier and Ives scene. You're going through covered bridges to, the kind of the higher elevations of Prospect Farm, where you can actually even ski off the top of Wildcat Mountain all the way, back to the Village. So a season's pass gets you a lot of terrain, and it makes it just so much easier to access throughout the winter.
Yeah, it just gives you so many options, and pretty much whether you have just like an hour at lunchtime or even 15 minutes at lunchtime, you can get out and go skiing. Or if you have a whole day, you can just you can really make a day of it.
That's fantastic. You guys are running some programs this season, some weekly programs to help get people really involved in the sport and get them skiing at their best. Tell us about those.
Well, what we do, we found that it works. We've been developing these over the years, and this year people have an increased interest in these programs. It's almost like gym class for adults. So you could pick 4. We go for 4 Fridays in a row, and you could it's 1.5 hours. So like a 9:30 to 11, or 11:30 to 1. And they're one's an introductory to skate skiing, another one is sort of intermediate skate skiing, and we've actually already filled up the intermediate skate skiing program, and we're going to offer another session just because clearly there is an interest in people realizing that one lesson is good, nothing wrong with one lesson, but a progression of lessons with the same instructor, the same group, you're going to learn a little bit more, because you're going to learn, the instructor will have a better idea of what you need. You'll have time to practice, and also you can learn from the other people in the group too.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like 3 is a magic number. If you do something once, that's fantastic. 2 is good. You've repeated. Once you've done it a 3rd time, you really start to get into the swing of things. And if you want to make cross country kind of part of your regular life, that's a great way to get started.
Yeah, muscle memory, it's real. It really, and just having a little bit of time to absorb it during the week. Hopefully you get to practice it, but even if you only get to ski that one day a week, you're gonna remember it, and your mind will start to improve your technique.
Let's talk about rentals. So if someone would like to get involved in the sport but doesn't have the skis and may not know what quite to invest in, you have a number of options at Jackson this winter.
Yeah, this year, it's sort of a COVID opportunity, I guess. We realized that flow through our rental center just isn't as fast this year, just because everything has to be a little bit more deliberate. And we have a big rental fleet. And we thought, well, why not take some of that fleet and make it available to people who want to have it for the whole winter? We've never done this for adults before, but it's a good chance for us to try it. And it's a good chance for skiers, many of whom are really getting into cross-country skiing big time for the first time in many years. And so basically, we're offering a full year rental with adult touring skis for $225, which is, if you're going to go skiing a lot, that's a really good deal. It's relatively new equipment. Most of it was brand new last year. And, especially someone who is like, we are seeing people who are saying, I know I won't be doing as much downhill. I'm going to take one day a week and go cross country skiing. And in addition to a lesson, I really think that rather than pulling some skis out of a random closet that someone bought, when Ford was president, if anyone remembers that. But you sometimes see some really older gear that has just not stood the test of time. And it probably hasn't been treated all that well either. It's been, sitting up under the eaves of a barn cooking every summer.
Yeah.
So why not try some new gear for $225?
Absolutely. And it makes it easier. Anytime you don't have to go inside, anything that just lets you get right to the trail, whether it's a season pass, whether it's having your seasonal rentals, it just makes that experience so much more efficient and easier. And
most definitely.
The best part of cross-country skiing is cross-country skiing. So get right to it.
Exactly. Get right out the door. And, we added an outside ticket window this year. So people really can be pretty contact free.
All right. Ellen Chandler, Jackson Ski Touring Foundation. Anything else you want to mention before we say goodbye?
No, want to see everyone on the trails.
All right. For more information and the latest ski conditions, you can check out jacksonxc.org. Is that the right website?
.org. Thank you.
There we go. Ellen Chandler, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. You're watching White Mountains TV.